And we're live. Kinda. We're not officially live. Welcome to the Call to Action podcast. I'm your host today, Dylan Camacho. Follow the hashtag below at Schmoebates Nashville. On our show today, we also got the one, the only main man, moderator of all people, Paul Denuzio.
It's me. It's PLD. We were live at one point, but not now.
Nope. We shut that right down because that would be spoilers our way for this wonderful, great match that I'm hoping is super good. We're yet to find out. James, what do you think about the match before going in?
I'm sick and can't think straight. They'll still outscore the rest of you.
Bold move, James. All right. And of course, last but not least, hey, we got Alex on the show. What's up, Alex?
Hello. I am very excited to see Stacy kick some ass today, and she is on my fantasy team roster, so I really want to get some points.
Ooh, bold thing. Let's see if Stacy can consistently be inconsistent, or if Brandon Meyer chokes on the red hot fury that is Stacy Howard.
I like what you did there.
Yeah, I like
that. James, are you recovering, James, from the gaping chest wound? Is that what your sickness is? Or?
Yep.
I'm on many drugs right now. Children, don't do it.
James, without further ado, you want to start us up with this wonderful Brendan Meyer versus Stacy Howard match?
I guess.
Right, ooh.
Let's go step up to the plate. It's been a long time coming here. Long time. We're going to have some fun with this match. We're going to have some fun.
Oh, my God. Stacy, I need some wins here. I need the point. Let's hear it. Growl, motherfucker.
James, are you trying to play along with the show?
Yeah, once again, I'll be beating the rest of you, but
Emma.
Bad bitch.
Hello, Kaiser. How are you?
Just great. How about yourself?
I'm doing well. I just wanted to welcome you back. That Burnett guy is a complete disgrace.
Actually, weren't you going to be like best man at his wedding or?
I don't know where you get your information. The guy's been divorced like 63 times, right? More important here is you got me. You can rely on me. I got your back. I'm a big fan of the Five Club. Everything you did. It's just legendary.
Who's the bigger
So,
traitor,
from one
Kaiser or
legend to
Hannah?
another, I got your back.
Why would I need
still.
you to have me
Kaiser.
back?
Kaiser. Hannah's the family.
Hannah's part of the family.
Ooh,
Hannah wore a Five Horsemen shirt.
what?
I'll be wearing, whenever a t-shirt comes out with
Yeah,
hit me
from
on
New
it,
York
I'll
McDonald's.
wear one.
Hannah disgraced our show with the Five Horsemen shirt.
It was
Yeah.
all part of an
No,
anti-proof
that's
plan.
like if he's gonna be on with Tyler for an extended period of time because the family needs an IG player.
He also asked Andrew Guy to pay $1. That's a disgrace. I cannot think straight.
Welcome back to the Movie Trivia
Oh,
Show.
yeah.
The tournament
Overseeing
continues,
Reese is just like
and we
her
have
shutting down
a
every
match
single
here to
person
get
that goes
ourselves
into
to
her
the
office.
Final Four. And I'll tell you, this is not. I don't think a lot of people, when you were if you were doing your little tournament brackets and you were submitting them, I wonder how many people had this matchup.
Not Chris
No.
Tillman.
You
You.
got the kid.
Don't rub it
Brendan
in, Chris.
Meyer
Man.
against Sassy.
I will say,
Stacy
so fun
Howard
fact,
in
if any of you
his
watch Dedicated to
second round
Art,
match.
I myself
on his
did not
video he
gamble
did a
on
couple
since
days ago for
2010 in
overrated
No,
movies, you
who's
can
that?
darker days I've
Wait,
never seen. But
it's
Chris,
fun.
as far as today,
There's a clip of him
we're in the
reacting to
Elite Eight
Whitney
is upon us.
and
This is
just
for a trip to
full
the
on
Final Four
baby crying
basketball
over
terminology.
spilled milk.
We're in the
Because
playoffs.
Whitney was like,
By
"Oh
way,
yeah, there's a tough
Yeah,
game, but I knew I was going to lose."
both
No, motherfucker, I hate you going all the way.
I'm sorry, I don't know who any of these people are.
Meyer played his
We know,
rival.
we know Doman, he's nice, but everyone else, like Nico, Suave, Ricotta Hot Cheese, no
No.
idea.
I don't know who any of these people
by
are.
an 11-year-old. That Whitney did.
And as much as a surprise as that was, the
I really want to see the
two-time
kid go
Movie Trivia
heel.
Schmoedown
Go
singles
like,
champion,
don't change anything at all about
last
him.
year's team
Just get
tournament
like
winner,
even
and the
more
singles
nice.
winner of 2000.
This
I-
nice guy
I
heel.
I would love to see like a crazy nice, like a nice guy that's being like super nice where it's uncomfortable.
Yeah, I beat the crap out of her back in the day.
I like your pitch, Paul, but with
It was
like
an ultimate
the
showdown match. It went
like
to the
he's super
wire,
nice
but
and he's
I
just
wanted
goes
to
to you, but he's just giving you
that's a different
compliments.
scenario than anyone else has seen.
Thank you.
I'm pretty sure I won that one. Back to you, Christian.
You must have
Just
the
I like
Infinity
the tweet. I
Gauntlet
like the tweet.
using that time.
Right.
But I will tell you that what she has done, her ability and the pulls that she's been able to do, she's playing on a different level right now. So this is a very, very exciting match.
Stacy didn't bring the heat.
Yeah, I know.
All
And
kinds
when you
of
start
heads on that.
using
That was
those
so
March Madness style
good.
terms,
Oh
that's
my
why
she's
she's
underrated.
really hot for us announcing.
Yeah.
She has those matches
They
where
have
like
to
you're
be
like,
great if they're
she's
gonna
about
pull
to take
off
the
win
next
today.
step.
I don't think
I
you're
feel
seeing
like
it
if
out here. I
she's
think you're seeing
5-4 right now,
matches
if she
go down
loses
to the
this
wire
though,
and
it's
possibly
a
overtime.
5-5 record is
Same
perfect for her.
phrase
Yeah.
where
Yeah,
I
you
beat
can
Stacey
50-50
Howard.
because it's like you either get
We're going to find out exactly
an
what
amazing
the two are
player
saying about one another.
or
And here we go.
not so great. Like,
Right.
I really want Stacy Howard versus Josh McCougar too, and just watch the absolute bullshit they pull out of their ass.
right.
It's your winner by technical knockout, Brendan the Kid Meyer.
You know, a tough match against Whitney, a lot of emotions, you know, we had all that history, but that's behind us now, and now we can just focus on being a team and going after some bad guys.
So who's the better divorced couple, Ben and Drew or Whitney and Bibbs?
You know what?
What do you mean divorced couple?
Really.
They're
Are
divorced.
you think they're supposed to be amicable or no?
You know, this is corruption.
No, which was the hardest divorce to deal with? And it's
As a
definitely Dad
family,
A and Dad
you know,
B.
they
Yeah,
love
Ben
their
and Drew
divorce.
are definitely worse.
Immediately after the divorce, Bibbs already got
I'm
married.
still
with
crying
Anita.
about
Many,
her.
many times
I'm
in
still
the
crying about her
showdown
parents'
and prove
divorce.
herself
You guys,
once
I'm not
again in that
comfortable
amazing
about
win
this.
over Mark Riley. You know,
Ben got married
champion, so
pre-divorce.
yeah,
Ben was with
everyone's
Riley
tight
pre-divorce.
You're gonna be
There.
facing, I don't know
That's
if you know
true.
this, you're gonna be facing
Ooh.
Brendan the Kid next.
I don't know her.
Yeah, the kid
It's
is
the
so
wine.
nice.
The wine is the magic
Sweet.
juice.
I
Come
don't
on.
want kids myself.
I love
so
that
they-
comment of
No, it's
Stacey's
gross.
like,
The boobs
Guys,
grow
you
and
know what?
they
You guys, I'm
when
gonna
they
get some
sag.
thought.
I don't
I'm
know.
not interested in that.
I'll be
Mine
right back.
too. We have a great opportunity to stop some.
I didn't hear a
corruption's
thing y'all
momentum
said. I just
and,
know Alex
prevent them
and
from
Dylan
getting
right down the
results so that
ball.
we can see some positive forces holding these back.
Because we.
I'm going to see how well I do this episode.
Stacey Howard,
I try to play
one of the
along
most
too.
underrated players in history of this game, and we want the spotlight to shine on her, and I think that's what today.
Well, Alex
is
gone.
about.
Alex is gone.
A natural talent. He
Let's
coaches
just
movies. The
remind
real
you
problem
guys
we're gonna
forget to
have
chill to
is
action.
get him back in.
Keeping chest
It would
wounds
be
are
great if you
not
could
that
do
bad.
the maximum
Okay,
amount of
I mean, you can
wellness
get
match.
better.
But
You
that
can
would
get in like
That
one
would
of
be
the greatest
nice.
films
It
of all
would be great
time.
If everyone.
do
It's
amazing.
fine.
But I could just
Thanks,
win
guys.
the match. That would really
But
be
obviously
awesome.
you
We just-
are,
we all need to
though,
have
James.
good-
Already
Yeah,
escaping chest wound
Too
over
good of
you.
an attitude. Disgusting.
So you're right.
Gross.
They're not that bad.
That's no place for that.
No.
I'm saying comparatively, I'm a different level of bad than that. We shouldn't be next to each other.
All right,
It should be like who's worse. James Spencer
Do we
moves
need you?
back on an even playing field.
Fair enough.
Alex, you got your whiteboard? We're all playing along.
Oh my gosh, I-
5-6 months.
That's got paper.
Come on, whiteboard.
Her with
Come on, guys.
and working because she has this newfound confidence.
She
I
was
just like making
got a white claw. And,
Back against the kid, and rightfully so.
Right.
I understand.
wait,
Nobody
Oh,
likes
I was
to
just
say
gonna
so.
scream.
I'm kidding. I love
The
the
concert
kid.
one
The kid's
for her
one of the
playing.
best people to ever come
Joe Lucas.
into this league. I love
Join the
kid, and I think
club.
that we need that type of positivity.
That's
Luke,
well,
yes.
the kid.
Who
I
has
should promise
balls
the
and
kid is
funnel
actually
heads?
technically
All
me.
that.
Lucas is gonna make his debut. Lucas should come on.
Lucas, we need you. Please
Very
help.
nice. My real
Damn
question
it.
here is it's
So here's the
Stacey
rule.
Howard. I think
If we have Lucas as a host, we have to we have to kill one of our other podcast hosts because there's too many of
when
us.
she was
Oh, is that
playing
what
against
there is?
Mark
Oh,
Cody
shit, I'm
Riley,
dead.
she had some drinks. Will she be drinking today? Will the kid have his first taste of alcohol? We're about to find out.
We'll see. He might call the cops on
Ooh.
Stacy. So here
Kid
we
has
go,
first taste
ladies and
of
gentlemen.
alcohol.
The tale of the tape.
What are they good at?
What do
I'm
I
got?
like-
realize
I can tell you what
police
they're
are
good at.
It's okay.
Brendan Meyer
I
is
have-
very good at Oscar movies, movie release dates, and being a Toronto.
You know why the
Rattlers
police are relevant to this
fanboy.
match?
And Stacey
Because
Howard.
Stacy keeps
Howard,
asking,
she's
"Who
very
are
good at
you?"
Kurt Russell movies in the '80s. She's also very
Thank
good
you,
at
Paul.
Who is him?
Kurt Russell movies, and she is an expert at Kurt Russell in the 2010.
All right. Well, with that, I ask you: are you ready?
I am pumped.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoebates. Introducing first, representing Shazam, led to the ring by his team partner, the Beast, William Bibiani, with a record of 2 wins.
Wait, so is Brendan the kid or the baby?
And 1 knockout.
Yeah.
He is.
Yeah.
Brendan
Okay, but this is from Baby Driver.
Kid
I know. He definitely.
Meyer. There they are.
What else is the literary tricks they have right now?
Wait, maybe Brendan can like crash a car into the studio to make sure it's accurate.
There you go.
Beast. What a cheerleader the Beast has been for the kid.
Friend of the show, William Viviani.
Rooting on the kid.
Very much so.
Proud to chant.
Yes, I love their partnership. I truly do. I think it's a lot of fun.
I can't
But
wait
no
to see their
fun
partnership
entrance.
So damn likable.
Yeah. It's that Canadian charm, guys. We don't have that kind of
I
charisma
mean,
here.
it's just it's the way things tend to go in the Schmoebates, William. It's not a bar, but you were the kid. It's just I've been around the league for a while.
Right.
And teams tend to not work out in the long haul.
Well, we'll see what kind of mood I'm in. All right, so and his opponent,
Come on, girl. Where's the wine?
representing corruption, led to the ring by her manager,
See, it's tough because I don't like corruption, but I love Stacy.
No, she doesn't need a costume, guys.
record
She's badass.
This is
all
a great
wins,
song, though.
Yeah, it is.
4 defeats, and 1 knockout. She is
I agree with you,
Sassy
Paul. I'm a big fan of Stacy, but corruption.
Howard.
right.
Corruption again.
No fun entrance from either of them.
Kisses to the crowd.
No wine.
Oh.
They're saving their budget for a spectacular, probably. Missing Alex.
Where's the Star Wars belt, huh?
We haven't seen a Star Wars thing,
You actually go for the stories though?
right? No. We,
What if that's
Woman.
the
I want to see Smets go for that Star Wars belt. I think he can do it.
I really would love to see him talk about how that's not something he's really going for. That's not his goal right now.
He said eventually, though. That's what I'm thinking. So eventually, if he can get past,
Yeah.
then it might turn to that.
yeah. Once we get the IG belt, I think they'll start pushing for Star Wars after that.
Each question is worth 1.
Well, I mean, let's make him the next Sam Witwer. Have the soul of Darth Maul and Darth Revan just phase from Witwer into Smets. And Kenobi, I have zero energy to do that.
Have 3 usages throughout the duration of the match. Make sure you heard a question right. You need us to repeat it.
So for all the fans watching this video on whenever it airs, Final Fantasy is a trading card game. Go check it out. Pretty neat. Shameless plug.
Christian, the floor is yours.
All right, we start with Stacy. Are you ready?
By the time this comes out, I might have my cooking show make its first episode live. So check that out.
What is that?
I can't hear him. What is he
Wait
saying?
for it.
Spelled it right.
With the Shazam.
Spelled correctly.
Oh, look at that.
In there.
No,
It's so pleasant. Look at it.
I'm not gonna. I'd probably buy that on a shirt.
I really want that as a shirt.
Oh my god, I kind of want it.
That would be honestly, that would be my first
No,
shirt
she's not.
of all things.
It's a nice logo. Well, thank you for the new shirt design. Okay,
Yes,
here
there
we
we go.
Here we go. So
It does
Son wants to give me a hug.
Dylan,
Ready,
you and
so
I
me,
want to build you up.
ready
Now you're
to
ready.
go up against each
all
other?
right, then how about this? Then let's get ready to Schmoebates.
Oh, not for me.
I appreciate it. Still got it. All right, here we go, Mike.
Right. Your first question in this match comes from the world of dramas. And your question. 2014's The Theory of Everything starred Eddie Redmayne and Felicity Jones. It's about what real-life physicist? I love this match because Stacy looks like Brendan's older sister who did not want to pick him up in practice.
5.
All right.
Not funny, dude.
Friends deny.
3, 2, 1, and Stacy.
Einstein. Yeah.
Talking.
No.
Ah.
That's so close.
Yes.
Oh.
Ooh.
What did you say?
Yeah.
He said Hawkins.
Hawkins with an
I
S.
would challenge that.
All right. Next
Like,
question.
I think it would
comes
work.
from
Really wrong.
Three states.
It's close enough.
3 states.
Nah.
What year
That's
saw the
a
release
difference.
of
No,
Toy
it's
Story 3?
Ooh.
All right, I'm going to throw the fourth one in there too.
I was with my ex-girlfriend at this time when I watched this movie. That's how I remember movies. Which girl I was dating.
1, 2, 4. But I like 4 a lot.
Okay. This shot
5.
fired at four.
Okay.
3,
I'm gonna hit myself if I sandwich
1.
this.
Pens down, and Brendan. Yes.
He said,
Stacy.
there you go.
Okay, so Meyer going up by 2 here.
All right.
Next question.
Next question comes from the world of Oscar movies. And your question: who won an Oscar for portraying musician Ray Charles in the film Ray?
You have any friends named Ray?
I do.
Now the drugs are affecting me. I can't think of his name.
Ray. Yeah. Ray
5,
Anderson, 20 Canadian.
4. I remember him.
That's a question I know.
2,
San Diego.
1.
I know it.
Hands
What the
down,
fuck is his
please,
name?
And Stacy.
Jamie
Jamie
Foxx.
Yeah.
Got it.
With multiple X's. Wink.
Got the double
Damn it,
X.
Drugs.
Did you have awarded a point if they only put 1 X?
Huh? Yeah. You still get the point, but
Yeah.
I do have some questions.
Next question. Action adventure. In the Maze Runner series, who plays the lead Thomas?
You know, so a lot of times people will be like, "Oh yeah," then you got like the Hunger Games.
No, it's
like,
great.
Divergent,
I know what
Maze Runner.
he's been in.
Maze Runner, pretty good. I think it's not as bad as
The second one.
5, 4,
Oh wait, I know it. Repeat.
2, 1. Pens down. Kid.
Dylan O'Brien.
Dylan O'Brien is
Yep.
correct.
I had no idea. Jonathan Taylor Thomas. Does he act still?
In the world of fantasy/science fiction, a movie featuring events that probably didn't happen. Your question: which film in the Planet of the Apes franchise features a supporting turn by Gary Oldman? I will let the competitors know. You just need to write down the first word of the film. We get it features Planet of the Apes.
Which film? I don't understand.
I think that's fair.
So
All films are blank of the Planet of the Apes.
right. Like, what was the first part of it? You know, because it's like dawn or rise or fall or.
Oh.
2, 1. Stacy.
Dawn.
Correct.
Dawn.
That's correct. Dawn.
Ah.
5-1. And now
This is gonna be another Stacy versus Rachel.
Comedies.
Yeah.
Guys,
Come on, Howard.
Plane, trains, and automobiles. Steve Martin leaves from what city to get home to Chicago for Thanksgiving?
We got hammered and watched this the other night.
This year.
Yeah.
It's not my thing.
This and Airplane.
It's not my thing.
Because he was not on an airplane.
4, 3,
Somebody laughs when they fart.
2, 1. Pens down, please.
New York.
And Brennan Mark.
New York.
Yes. And
Billy.
Yay.
No. Okay. So.
All right,
Meyer,
somebody needs to
big
get Stacey Howard some rosé.
I haven't babysat in a while, okay? It's been a few years.
Oh, that's good.
Calls are coming from
Oh,
inside
gosh.
the house.
It looks like we're getting the other side of Stacy
The
tonight.
next question, your penultimate question in round number 1, comes from the world of horror/thriller. And your question is, Dan Trachtenberg directed Mary Elizabeth Winstead and John Goodman in what 2016 thriller set in a bunker?
I love this.
Great movie.
Oh, crap, I know the title of this movie.
Oh, man. I love this film. And I also just love Mary Elizabeth Winstead. It's
I wouldn't
delightful.
want to be in a bunker with Ken Knapsack after 7-Eleven Doritos or Cheetos or
He is
nachos.
a big fan
5,
of 7-Eleven.
I love this whole series.
2,
Me too.
1. Pens down, please. Stacey Howard.
10 Cloverfield Lane.
Thanks for
Man,
having me. Oh, Stacy didn't have the number.
Oh, Stacy.
Stacey
Like
Howard
she's like
is
so
very-
close in every one. Like it's off by a letter or a number.
I think she had too much rosé beforehand.
All right.
That's
The
it.
kid on the verge of a perfect round here. I believe this will be 2 in a row for him. And here is animated. Who directed 2018's Isle of Dogs?
Oh, wait, no,
That's not the right question,
that's,
but
something's off.
yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I know the answer to that one as well.
I do too.
I'm not reading the question until I'm done writing this down.
Serious things to tell people.
Oh, I know.
Moonrise Kingdom. Everything else. I don't remember the director's name. Yeah, Anderson.
So
I knew what the director was too. and I'm
All right, Howard. Okay.
Get 9.
Okay, I got 6 out of 8. How
Four
much?
out of
Just
I got 7 out of 8.
Yeah,
I got
just
7
say
as
the
well.
answer when you think you know. We'd prefer within 15
I
seconds.
technically had 5. I couldn't remember Wes Anderson's damn name though. I remember his whole rest of it.
Oh, brother, where art thou?
We'll add the bonus. That's the bonus question.
On which famous Greek literary work?
The Odyssey.
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 Yeah. Hey, the whole podcast name.
By Homer Simpson himself.
Yeah.
this kid.
We all know our classic Greek literature. Fuck you, high school.
Lead over Stacy
Yeah.
going into round number 2, Chris.
You look at what he's been doing since the free for all. He had his
So, you know, Stacey's having a bad day when I'm 3 points up on Stacy in round 1.
Straight in the
Yeah.
free, bro. You just kind of like, I would say that's his
Never
coming
thinks
out.
that.
Absolutely.
Do we think that she's gonna get KO'd?
The the champ,
Yep.
the quality.
Yeah.
Yeah, and maybe the mentorship of William.
I don't know. She rolled something really
He
hot
didn't need that effort in the first place. He knows his
on the
stuff.
wheel.
He's up there all by himself. So, Brendan,
I think
Stacey,
if she
we
gets
move on
out
to
of
round number
knockout
2. This is
range,
the
where
wheel
she's
round.
got a
You
good
see
match.
that wheel?
Yeah.
It's got 10 different slices.
But then we also have
corners.
Brendan Meyer roll something he's not good at. He does have
the
weaknesses, I
fan
think.
favorite opponent's choice and the competitor
Not
wish.
really discovered
Spinner's
yet, though.
choice.
Then
Once you
he's
settle
We
the
haven't
category,
decided.
Really cool. We just haven't seen him do a lot of variety. So we haven't seen him do
genre.
classic
Each question's worth 2
people,
points. There's no penalty for
70s,
missing a
80s,
question. However,
obviously.
stealing is available in round number 2, so you can ask us for multiple choice if you don't know the answer.
This one's always so hard to react to because they'll just spit the answer out as soon as it's done. And I'm like, well, I wasn't going to write that down. Okay.
You are
Right.
7 points ahead of Stacy right now. So
If
you can
Smets
choose
watches
whether
this
you like to
episode,
spin, flip, or
Smets,
defer.
I'm trying to react to your episodes. Take your time, buddy.
He's making $11 an hour plus a tip from the drunken parents when they get home. Here comes Stacy.
All right, so
I think that
Stacy-
was a classy move by the kid
It was a
because
smart
it's going to get Stacy possibly back in the game, and then
Right.
anything can happen.
Well, Stacey Howard's going to be looking for rom-coms. For
All
sure.
right. Let's get
I
this
don't know how
spin
much of a
going.
smart move it was because you try to get romantic comedies off the board at this point and maybe go and spy movies. Just missing spinners.
Mhm.
My movie.
Wait. I think this is the match, you guys.
Again,
This is the match.
getting away from those spy movies.
I was about to say, you're not your partner.
Wait. Oh, and there it
Yeah.
is.
Oh.
Spy movie.
God
To
damn
a
it.
dead
Does that wheel
stop.
just clunk back on it too?
That wheel has a mind of its
I think
own.
this is the match where it breaks.
All right, spy
Where it
movies
breaks.
it is. So now
It did
The
like
wheel breaks.
Stacey
it looked like it sprung back. I don't know. Maybe it might break on
All right,
Meyer's
Steve.
spin. It looked like it's still hanging
4
in.
questions.
Okay.
In
Yeah.
4 spy movies.
Let's
Each
go
one
James
for 10
Bond.
points.
Let's go 0 for 8.
You fail to know the answer off the top of your head. You can ask us for multiple choice. Brendan, you may be able to steal one of these questions if Stacy.
Come on, Howard.
Your first question.
Come on, boo-boo.
Val Kilmer made an early on-screen move in his career in which 1984
Like this
spy
one.
comedy?
Is it Spy Hard?
Nope.
Top
Top secret.
choice.
Is it A, Top
Mm.
Secret?
Dude,
B, The Man with One Red
Come
Shirt?
Oh, it's me.
Oh.
Cleaner? Or D, Spy?
I'm trying to write this down.
I wouldn't have known it anyway. I would have guessed.
Sorry.
James, you would have guessed C for James the Cleaner Spence. So.
Yep.
Thanks.
That is incorrect.
Ben
Steal.
Nuzzo?
Is it A,
No.
Top
Trying to answer
Secret?
I
here.
didn't
Ben
One Red
or Ben?
Shirt?
Give yourself a point, Mac.
Yeah, charity point from Paul.
No, I won't. That isn't on. I'm going to be right
It is top
on this,
secret.
and
It
that's
was incorrect.
Thank
bullshit.
you.
Incorrect.
Speed around, motherfucker. Keep up.
Funny, you thought it right.
Everybody, everybody's go watch Top Secret. It is fall down funny.
I
It's
love that you can
hysterical.
trash talk
All
once you
right,
7
sorry.
points
It's
down.
all down.
I'm back. All right.
All down, funny, guys.
9-2.
Row review.
This is 35 minutes because it's so because it's talking so
What
much.
Lost actor, as in the TV show, not he's like Lost. What Lost actor
Solana.
plays an IMF agent who is killed in an early scene of Mission Impossible: Ghost Protocol?
Oh,
Actor.
I
multiple choice.
don't know. I've never seen Lost.
I got it.
Danny, where are you?
I know. Shout out to our boy, Call to Asian host, Danny
Well, if
Collins.
I know it without multiple choice, how do I tell you guys that? Do I not?
Write it down.
Just write it down.
I did. All
You
right.
can get the full two.
I don't know Lost. I really don't.
Daniel Day Kim or D.
I'm gonna go
Dominic
with Daniel
Monaghan.
Day.
I'm gonna go with A.
I'm going with D.
Are you all final answered?
Yeah.
It's Josh Holloway.
Yep.
Fuck.
Sorry.
Never watched Lost. Fun fact.
That's a
Good
Josh
Point, Josh.
Holloway.
Holloway it is.
It's one of my least favorite ones, honestly. Like it doesn't stand out.
All right. So, Stacy.
Danny Cost has left the show
Questions
based on
left
Lost
in
comments negative on that.
5 movies. Your
I got you, Danny. I got you.
Yeah.
Pierce Brosnan's first.
My favorite video game.
Oh. Nope.
I feel like that's almost a trick question. I wanted to be a trick question, but it's
I think
not.
it's GoldenEye.
You
Yeah.
think
Ooh.
correctly.
Shit.
Points.
GoldenEye.
I don't know why I didn't think he was in
Stacey
GoldenEye.
Howard starting to make the
Oh,
match
man.
competitive and
I
she
second
Oh
can
no,
guess
get
that's
with
too many
it.
Daltons.
here.
Fuck.
It pays to have an N64 when a child, and GoldenEye is gone as a video game for like 4 years.
Lost at the CIA.
Guys.
Oh.
Donald
Oh.
Argo.
Crap. I don't know.
I can see his face.
I'm gonna shoot my shot here.
I'm
I'm not positive on this, but I got down to 2.
Is it A, Tate Donovan, B, Bryan Cranston, C,
Ooh.
Kyle Chandler, or D, Victor Garber?
I'm gonna go with
None of those I was thinking.
I got one.
C. Kyle Chandler.
Brian Cranston, I think.
D.
Brian Cranston.
What are the
A. Tate Donovan. B.
I'm not sure though.
Cranston, C.
I know.
Kyle
I think
Chandler,
Cranston's in it,
Yeah.
but I don't think he's the boss.
I haven't watched this movie, but I know Cranston's in it, and that sounds
Yeah.
like a good banger to me.
Incorrect for the Steel Kid. I'm going to give you your options one more time. A. Tate Donovan. B. Brian Cranston. C. Kyle Chandler. D. Victor Garber.
Brian Cranston.
We have a 5-point game.
Ooh,
That
I got
is
8
correct.
points. 8 for 8.
Meyer, 10 points.
4 for 4 are 8
5
points.
points.
Now the kid gets up to
No.
He's looking for something.
3 for 8 on point.
Wait, did you?
For the
We're looking at
round
knockout
2, I got all of them. Top
One thing I
Secret,
know
Josh
about
Holloway,
PPR
Goldeneye, and
Oh,
Brian
shit.
Cranston.
Nice.
Modern classics.
Modern classics.
Break.
Tempted to wheel
Fuck
with-
you, wheel. Break.
Spinning again.
Spinning away
You
from
think it
Modern
just rolls
Classics.
off, and then it'll just go like a tumbleweed into the audience? Like,
Yeah.
Year of 2011.
Christopher Nolan.
Yes,
Ooh,
thank
Nolan.
you.
Nolan it is.
Nolan! Oh, love Nolan.
Ooh,
Oh,
that's gonna be hard. That's rough.
Awesome.
Nolan's
All right,
going to be deeper than they give credit for, though.
Yeah.
I don't
right, here we go.
like
There's only a
Nolan.
limited amount of movies though.
You can be wrong. It's fine.
Christopher Nolan. In
Yeah.
Insomnia, who plays the murder suspect,
Oh.
Walter Finch.
Got it.
Robin Williams.
Yeah.
Oh, well.
I had Rob. You know where I'll
Yeah,
go.
I haven't seen that yet.
Sorry, right,
Yeah.
yeah.
Getting close to knockout territory here, potentially.
Meyer, we might have to just shout it into the void.
David Bowie makes a cameo in which Christopher
Oh.
Nolan movie?
The Prestige.
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 Guys, come on, dude. I'm just trying to read it. I can't hear it.
Let's dance with the knockout. Could happen on the fourth question, not on this one.
In Dunkirk, what item on Tom Hardy's Spitfire plane gets damaged during a dogfight?
Multiple choice.
Oh,
A, the
no.
fuel gauge. B, airspeed.
Please write things down. That
Compass. D,
Okay.
altimeter.
Altimeter.
That's my bad.
C. Incorrect.
Fuel gauge.
Stacey's at A, fuel
Yep.
gauge. B,
Whatever.
C, magnetic compass.
I said altimeter. I don't know.
the fuel gauge?
Yeah, that's the plot of his movie because he's running low on gas.
I did actually originally write compass, but changed it.
Guarantees her entry
Yeah,
in the
that's
round
fine.
where anything can happen.
Here you go. Last question, kid. Christopher Nolan was an executive producer on this 2014 Johnny Depp flop.
Got it.
oh, 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 oh.
Transcendence.
Yes.
Yep.
Transcendence.
I will say though, that's a bullshit question because they've never asked about producers before.
10-point lead as we. 10
There's enough questions. I don't think they need to hit producer questions for Nolan. I'm just putting that out there.
You made it
Oh,
to round
100%.
three. She avoided the knockout. However, the bad news,
Round
she has to
3.
answer all three of her questions in round
I got
three.
the same score on both of them. I both got
One
one question right.
I did pretty well on Nolan. 3 out of 4.
I went 8 for 8.
These numbers can range from
I want 3 out of 4 on Nolan too.
What's the total, everybody, right now? I'm at 14.
I'm at.
How do you score that again? I don't remember how do you score it. Like if you do I just do
Total?
just
Yeah,
total points
total
total?
before
Alright.
multiple choice. I counted myself down for multiple choice if it went to it and I needed it, though.
You're going to give us your numbers.
So I just combine both round 2s.
Yeah.
Okay.
Particularly
And
lucky.
Oh, both of them?
Yeah. I'm counting
21.
Stacy's round and Meyer's round all together.
Okay.
Oh,
14 in round 2, 21 total.
I don't get that.
I'm at 15 because fuck spy
That's right,
movies.
Stacy, what do you got?
6, 12, 16.
6, 12, and 16. I will ask the question to Stacy, who is trying to avoid the TKO. Stacy, you chose number 6 for your first one. Number 6, and
See if
that
that's
would be Pixar.
Yeah.
Toy Story was the first film released by Pixar.
Ooh.
Which
Got it.
film was the second?
One Stacy. Come on, Stacy. You were alive in 98. There's one other beautiful but ugly movie.
Toy Story was the first film released by Pixar. Which 1998 film was the second?
Expression does not bode well.
She does not know it at all.
Guess well. Guess well, Stacy. Come on. Come on.
4, 3, 2, second one. Toy Story was the first film.
Doesn't happen. I think Paul won today.
Which 1998 film?
Yeah.
What do you guys say it is?
Bug's Life.
Bug's Life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Toy Story 2.
And your
Total
winner,
17.
by way of technical knockout, Brendan the Kid
Meyer's on fire right now, yeah.
It was A Bug's Life. A Bug's
Yeah.
Life.
Like that came out around
That's an unusual question. I'm not gonna lie.
No, that one I was like,
Yeah, no, I mean it's a great question. I'm glad they kind of mixed it up.
right,
And it's not in the same formula that they ask their questions.
right. Like that is
Who voiced this? What year it came out? It was what was the second movie in their lineup?
that's how 2-point questions should be defined. They give you a context clue within it, but it's also like not deep enough to be 3s or 5s. Like,
Right.
I think that should be like the standard for 2-pointers, if I'm being honest. But I read it out with 16
Wait,
points.
Paul, what was your total?
23. Like you said earlier, it was a free for all. That's
James?
17.
Fuck you.
Questions.
Alex?
One question. Him and his partner.
1 second.
very good at that, because that is really the
To
first.
be fair, James, this isn't my division.
Consecutive.
Isn't mine either.
I still think you'd beat though.
Knockouts. Excuse me, 2 technical knockouts in the
12 points.
tournament.
12
Now
points.
he's going to play the
12?
freshman. And
Yeah, I got 6 in round 1, 2 for Spy, 2 for Nolan, and I only got Bug's Life, but that was it.
Nice.
I guarantee this.
I won't fault. Nolan is like easily my favorite director, so just, oh, that works out great for me.
I actually, I've only seen I haven't seen Inception in like over 5 years.
Oh my gosh.
I really did not like that movie.
Inception is little. We've talked about this before. Inception
And
is my
also,
favorite.
I don't like Interstellar.
Oh my god.
Okay, wait. Interstellar sucks. Let's be fair.
I just watched that movie and I'm like, I am depressed. I get it. It challenges me. It depresses me. But I am just like bored out of my fucking mind.
That's in my top 10 of all time. Just so you know.
I can appreciate it for what it does.
Right.
You can be wrong, Paul.
One that I'm excited to watch by any means.
Interstellar is a movie that I really liked, hated, and then loved.
I feel like I need to rewatch it. It's one of my brother's favorite movies of all time.
The
The
more I
third
watch
act
it, the
is
more
one
I
of the
like it.
worst.
Yeah.
Oh, I disagree entirely.
The third act is just a bunch of bullshit.
2 things.
No, the third act, it dedefinitely gets wonky, but honestly, I started appreciating it more after I rewatched it.
I agree. It's speculation.
Yeah.
Jennifer Life.
I'd say that the score is pretty fantastic.
Score is phenomenal.
The score is so good.
So good.
The score was in my workout playlist for a while. Like, Dead Up. Oh, man.
Hey guys, can we turn it down? I can't hear him. Just a little.
James, bump it up. I want to hear Stacy Howard talk shit.
And we know what Stacy can do. She's had some gigantic historically, and she's also had some losses. Again, swings and misses is what life is about. You move forward. That's all we're going to do.
Swings and misses.
We're not done.
Get there, Kat. Stacy, what are you going to do to bounce back from this loss? I feel like you do so well in the first round of tournaments, and then it's just like
No, Stacy still got teams.
the downtime in between matches. Like what?
So she's gonna beat loose cannons, and then lose to Inky in the Brain.
You know, like I said, I'm gonna focus my energy elsewhere. So hopefully I gain
Right.
that momentum back with another partner who's obviously very.
I'm gonna double check that that's correct. Somewhere deep in this.
Yeah, and Rose, obviously, glass for both of us, and
Yeah.
we're gonna have a good time.
Is she gonna be trying from singles? Is that what I'm hearing?
All right, Ken, start.
No, she's done with singles for the year because it's her single.
Of course, yeah, but she kind of made it seem like she's not really inspired. She's not really practicing or anything on matches. I'm wondering if he's just
Ken was
going to
very,
focus
very
on
excited
singles in the meantime and
He loves a good fun, almost as much
not
as
do singles all that much maybe next season.
Listen, the corruption
Because
obviously
it's going on.
bummed, but they're right. The tournament is not too far
They'll get
off.
it back.
And Crimson Fury is a very, very formidable team. But the story right now is the kid. You look at what he's done. He just TKO'd Stacy. He TKO'd Whitney. And, you know, the question I also am very curious about is what happened. How would Bibiani feel about that knockout to see Whitney get knocked out against the kid? No one's asked him. I'm curious.
No one has asked him where his emotional mindset is, where his heart lies. Is he torn at all? Because he seemed to
pretty
have
happy
a
with
pretty
the
good dance
kid.
with the kid.
Yeah.
But maybe there is something else lurking inside that beastly brain.
Let's find out. Jen Sturger's got both the kid and the beast. Here we go.
That's right, guys. Brendan, you're still kind of breathing heavy back here. I think even when you had that really strong lead, you still were nervous up there. Is that just learning the game and learning that anything can go any way? You know?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, it's funny.
Yeah.
I
This makes me
know, having watched
scared
matches that I
of
know if I
Shazam
was
as a
watching
team.
match like that, I would have probably.
Yeah, their round one is just fierce. And if you want to learn more from Bibbs about his thoughts on Shazam, you should go check our episode where we just recently interviewed him on Show
He's
That.
good at their point
You
swing.
did. Good plug.
Like,
It's small. I mean, you really.
I mean, the Looney Bin is
always
still going to
feels
beat
close up
them
there
in the
until
semifinals, but now it makes me uneasy.
Yeah, but
Wondering
those,
who
that round one power is insane.
Got a
between
category
two
that
of
you
them,
knew
though.
and you felt good about. Why did you
They're
spin away
bringing
from
heat round one.
Modern Classics. It was funny because I did spin it.
Because you weren't born when most modern classics were popular.
Yeah, maybe. Well, no, Modern Classics is a really, really interesting category because I think that the questions tend to be more deep cut. And so I've seen a lot of movies, but sometimes, especially some of those modern classics, I feel like sometimes I saw them when I was younger, and it's possible I may not have revisited them in the last couple of years. So I always feel better.
How many drugs
going
are
with something that's
on?
new
Is he on
to
right
know. I
now?
really- I think he's one of my
He's
favorite
on Canada. He's just got Canadian blood running through him. This is just his natural setting.
All of this going
It's
on.
half
And
maple
you've
syrup.
gone some fantastic matches. Anything that you want to
And
see
half
him
Molson?
improve on? Or
Yeah.
I'm going to say this right now. Speaking as someone who has joined factions,
The other
and
half is
joined
Tucker.
teams,
That's a Letterkenny reference. Jake Yakavetta will like this comment.
and crap. The kid is coaching me as much as I'm coaching him. The kid is teaching me how to
Viviani,
play the game.
if you ever want a manager,
And
I'm
a better
always
player for
here.
it, and he is already a great player.
Trying,
and I
James.
don't have to-
You're gonna be waiting a long time.
And we
Hashtag give James a job.
together we
I
are
was about to say, you
back
can start your manager hashtag right along Nico's job one and see which one's
I do feel like they're definitely a superior team together. Versus, I mean, they're so well matched. You know, as far as strengths and weaknesses versus Whitney and Bibb. A lot of their strengths was way too similar.
Couldn't be
That's
more
one
proud
thing you
even.
said. It's true.
T-shirt.
They know the same thing. They
They're
watch the same
t-shirts,
thing.
Bibs, not superpowers.
And now
So how are
Paul
you
Preston
feeling
gets the
going into this next round
TKO
of the
Brendan
tournament? You're
Meyer.
either going to be facing
Yay.
Preston or Bateman. I mean, neither are a slouch of opponents.
You feel like he's definitely very talented. I mean, he's like really great with strategy as well.
And I think this will be the toughest test, not just because it's because you're going to be playing people in form. You know, you're going to be playing.
Meyer is actually one of the. His next match will be interesting because he's facing two really good, either Preston or Bateman. They're both really good in round one. And that's where Meyer's strength definitely is. So seeing how he does it, that'll be a good match. I think that'll be a round
I mean, look, the way he's playing, I might need some of that because seriously, he's playing so well. I mean, and so we'll see what happens.
Okay, who snorts more, Brendan or Preston?
Don't change.
Brendan has stats for better first round, but
It was weird.
It's been really clutch
You would ask
in
that
round
question.
2 and 3.
How that could possibly have been set up. No, it was weird seeing him play Whitney, but you know what? I knew that whoever won
I know
that
one of the
match,
streams,
I was
like
going to
Ben
lose.
yesterday said some Preston had missed
Someone that I cared about
a
also
couple of like recent
and
movies.
Libby and I are,
that might be a
we're on
weakness,
the
like
outs,
modern like new releases kind of thing.
wise.
Right.
Good face and we podcast.
Honestly, all things considered, I'm just glad that
Yeah,
Preston
but
is
Patreon. Excuse me, I have something in my eye.
Wait,
such
did
a
I
selfish
hear
choice for Viviani.
Patreon?
Best of luck
You
to
can
you in the next
support
round of the
them.
tournament.
Wait, yeah, damn it, Paul, you removed it.
Well, I mean, look.
You know, I don't know if I can plug our
I have to
Patreon
keep
while
adding new ones. I have to delete ones.
It was funny though too because
You can support
I know Bibiani
William Sliced Bread
when I was watching
Bibiani
him, dude,
at
he's
Critic
giving all these,
Acclaim.
really nice words. The
Oh
kid,
no, I think they changed it, right?
Bibianiisms, and then the moon stuff and the punching the devil, and that's the
Yeah.
book we know and love.
Critic
and I'm
Acclaim.
Well, of
one
course it's real. That's
one of the
what
letters is
goes
only
through
one
his
of
head. That's why
them.
he's the beast that we
But
love
go
so
support
much.
them because their
But
content
you can
is
also
really
tell that's why
good.
there's so much love between
Oh,
the two
it's
of
And
them.
we
good.
them and talk about
I think that the kid is so
why
alive
Rainbow
for
Last
each
Blood is amazing
something
or whatever you want to do.
caliber.
Absolutely.
Because
100%,
you're looking at
how to play the game.
Yeah,
Both of them
yeah,
hate
he's a
him.
former champion, you know. Back to that, what
Yeah.
happened. And when you saw they were at that table at the free for all together for a very long time.
tight.
Too. So that's when the bond started. It was at that free for all, and you see it's one of the bigger stories of what's happened in the Schmoedown this season. Are these two guys and watching what they're going to do? They both come from different generations of Schmoedown. So to see what they're both doing in both singles and getting excited to see them in teams together for the teams tournament, it's an exciting
A
time.
bond forged in the fire of competition, unlike us who were forged in the fire of your barbecue. Thanks for the invite. Back in 2003. Well, we got a lot to look forward to here in the tournament setting. Like Christian had said, make sure you guys check out our Schmoedown Patreon, Movie Church Schmoedown Patreon. which tier is right for you, and check us out wherever you enjoy
right, so
your podcast. And we have live
who's gonna win
events coming up at
next?
the Schmoedown Live.
Preston or Bateman?
Excuse me.
Bateman.com. But will the kid be in the finals in Orlando?
Okay, he's a bag of dicks. I hate him. I need him to make some fucking
to Orlando. That's right.
He's on my roster. He's happening right fucking now.
So Bateman's on my fantasy roster. I support Preston more. Obviously, you can catch my 2.5 hour fundraiser stream for him and his family and charity. Please go donate. But Bateman was also super nice to me in a recent shout out, so I kind of want to give Bateman for that.
Of course, Bateman's eyes the face.
I think Bateman has. I think Bateman has the edge.
Ooh,
you got the power.
Tackle. Damn it.
Hey.
Tackle.
Hey.
Tackle.
I've been meaning to talk to you. Nice laser.
It sounds wrong.
My old brand. Axe. Messy look. Oh, brand too.
You know what, man? You're a joke. The Horsemen are a joke. I actually used to look up to you.
Yes!
Now you just fall on Roka like you're some sort of puppy dog?
That's true.
Wake up, man.
Joke. I mean, how many people can say they've been sniffed by Ben Bateman?
I think Ben sniffed me.
Ben's hurt. He's hurt.
Yeah, he feels that. Shut up.
Wait, no, is this a hint that he's practicing going for IG?
Oh,
He's gonna go for IG.
Ben said he wanted to at one point.
I remember you wanted to get up early and try to watch a new movie
I don't think
today.
it's gonna happen this year or anything soon, but
I don't see Ben doing IG at all until he at least wins a belt and teams are single.
I agree with that.
I don't see him even making the move to study for it because he's one of those people who wants to be perfect at it. And he said himself it's going to take him months to study for it.
Yeah, it's gonna take him more than a few months. That's a whole thing right there.
At the level it's at now, I don't see Ben touching it for a hot minute.
Yeah,
probably good.
I feel like it's almost impossible.
That's true. But anyway, I think.
Okay.
So anyway, as host, I can come back onto the show. We can sit here and talk about. Let's wrap up our thoughts on this match. Alex, how you feeling first? You're always ready to go. Your fantasy league is crumbling.
Wait, someone come back to me. I need to chug the rest of this claw.
God dang, Paul.
What was the question? I was tapping the tape.
After thoughts for the match.
After the match, Stacy Howard has one of her matches. She has the good matches. She has the bad matches. She was so close on a lot of them. She just couldn't quite pull it. She needs that extra rosé power to get the hawking to the hawking from the Hawkins. But the kid is also just a buzzsaw at this point. He's been doing so well. I mean, I don't know if even at her best day at this point, whether or not he still probably might have won because he's pretty solid right now. So
yeah,
overall, I think it was what was expected to happen. I think overall, except for maybe not. I thought it'd be a little closer, but my pick would have been the kid anyway. So
I agree with that one. I think that he's on fire right now, and Stacy just showed that she's on fire or she's just totally not. 5-5 as a record, I think, as I said before the match, totally reflects her. She is either 100% championship level player, 1 point in round one. So 2 points round one. Wait, 1 or 2? We got a second.
She got 2. She got 2. It was
9. She got that second. I thought. All right, White Claw herself. You ready now?
Yeah, it's empty. Nothing. Oh wait, there's a
Sponsored by White Claw.
No, not.
so much claw. I'm just heartbroken. Like I was so excited when she won against Riley, and it was so deserved. She's obviously incredibly talented, and she had a lot of those questions right. I mean, like, where it's just like a letter off, a number off, and I can only imagine how frustrating that is when she knows. When she is so knowledgeable in general, but when you're off by those little things add up, obviously, and I can only imagine. It's frustrating to us, but for her, it's like times 50 million. So it sucks. It really does. You know, fantasy roster aside, I hope that she trains harder or better, more efficiently, something in order to kind of up the ante a little bit, especially with teams.
Well, I think she even said in that post-game interview, she was like, well, I don't study like some losers. So
Which is funny considering who she's. I mean,
Right.
her teammate is probably one of the biggest studiers there is.
Right. Tim Franco, I guarantee, is one of those dudes who just watches movies and then takes notes and then watches movies again. Like,
That's what I do.
James, what are your thoughts on the match?
I'm barely conscious right now, so I don't know.
Welcome, James. Great contributions as always.
Yeah.
Alex,
Yeah,
as we start to wrap up the little match segment, any other segments you want to toss at us today?
Bam, bam. Okay, so speaking of which, today we're going to go with another kick-ass round of, I don't even know what to call it, but in the meantime, we're going to temporarily call it Schmoebates. Schmoebates. I don't know. We're debating on random schmoedown weird-ass fucking topics. And I'm looking at you guys, what you guys think we should debate about next. So we have our competitors here with this over here. Spence, you okay? You okay, buddy?
I'm legit gonna pass out, so I probably shouldn't be on camera for that.
You know, it's fine. Don't take care of yourself.
Yeah.
Go
Right.
exit out. Chill. Go.
Have fun, you guys. I'm gonna get some more drugs in my system.
Illegal drugs.
Legal drugs, of course.
All right.
Legal drugs.
Bye.
Legal drugs. Bye, James.
Au revoir.
All right, let's start the show now.
Like anyway.
Right.
But like I was saying, you know, this is really like very much inspired from by Screen Junkies movie fights. So each of these guys are going to come up with an answer to my question, and as a result, it's going to they're going to come up with a pitch as well as you know, pros, cons to kind of go with it. And you know, they have to kind of debate each other, and they are going to be timed as well. Okay,
Fight to the death.
and neither of these competitors know what the question is, so I'm going to give a competitor right fucking now. Okay.
Okay.
And again, okay. So before I give you the question, I just want to know right off the bat who. Actually, you know what? I'll give you the question first, and then we can go over who goes first and second. Okay. All right. So the question is, what competitor deserves an Oscar for best performance throughout a Lifetime Achievement Award Oscar? Once you make your decision and come up, you want to make up your decision, don't tell me your pros and cons kind of thing. Keep that to yourself and keep it for the argument. But like whoever, like let's say you both want to go with Guy, who obviously deserves the Oscar. However, if it depends on who says it first.
I almost feel like to make it interesting, we should eliminate Guy.
Yeah, Guy seems to be a pretty. Here's the thing: Guy's going to get the popularity contest as an answer, as we've seen with Belford in these debates. So I think that just outlawing Guy as an option.
All right.
Yeah, in our podcast as well.
And if you guys make any actually, Spence, I know you're in the background there, but if you can, if you guys say anything that's incorrect, like if you say that, I don't know, Mark Riley came out to the Jaws theme at the free-for-all a few years ago. Right. Even if it didn't happen, you know, obviously that didn't happen, but you presented it as if it were a fact. I can call you out and be like, you're incorrect.
But if we fool you, we get bonus points.
That's against you. Heads the fuck up. Okay.
But if we fool you, we get bonus points.
Yes.
You can try. You can please try. All right. So you guys are taking a very long time. Okay, and scratch that. You know, I'll narrow it down. You know, if that's too difficult of a question, I'll make it a new one. What Schmoedown character deserves a Netflix movie special? And you have to be able to give me a movie pitch.
Okay. Paul, I'm going to do my thing that I talked about off air.
Go ahead. You go first.
In interest of fairness, I will go first to give Paul time with that, and then we'll do his thing.
Okay. No, tell me your answer right now.
Character?
Yes.
The Beast.
Go with the Beast. All right. I'll go with Robert Meyer Burnett.
Ooh, interesting.
Terrible action movie coming out of Robert Meyer Burnett. Can R&B get the speed?
No. Okay. Again, I'm going to make it time. You have 30 seconds to do a quick pitch. 30 seconds. Actually, you know what? Since you're giving a movie, I'm going to give you 45 seconds because I'm generous like that. Okay?
Nice.
Yes, I'm a very nice person. Okay. 45 seconds. Okay, 45 seconds. All right, Dylan, you went first, so we are going to start with you. You're going to have 45 seconds to give a pitch along with a handful of pros.
Okay.
Okay. And go.
All right, everybody. So the plot of the film is William the Beast Bibiani is a former murdering co-host from the Schmoedown dungeon, from the Schmoedown show. They lock him into the dungeon, and eventually more murders start popping up around the Schmoedown community. They have to unlock him to be a killer who hunts other killers for the whole plot of the film. So as this goes on, we start noticing Bibbs being a detective, going across, doing a very Hannibal Lecter style thing. Along the way, they even give him a little sidekick. They give him Brendan Meyer, and that plays off this this very dark Sherlock Holmes and Watson vibe all the way throughout the whole film. As the plot develops, you start to see more of what is the true group of killing people. It's all political, and it's the Drew chain, or the Drew gang, the Drews. And you sit there and you have Andrew Guy, Chandru, Drew McWeeny, all these other Drews.
And stop.
Boom.
Damn, that's good.
I didn't want to get to the spoilers on that, but it was hot.
You were getting in there nice and hot. I agree.
Okay, now we have R&B.
R&B.
Let's do it. Okay, movie. I want to hear it, and go.
Robert Meyer Burnett is from the future. He's a time traveler. His coat is actually the time travel device. He goes across many different dimensions of time and space, just like future Bibiani. And he goes and he finds out he tries to right things that are wrong, but he always ends up wronging things that are right because he's really intoxicated most of the time. And he bumbles into spaces where he's not known to be, like NASA, when he did that in Houston, like according to Roxy Stryer. That's a real life scenario. Or bring it into the movie because it's goddamn a movie by itself. So drunken Robert Meyer Burnett, time traveling throughout, trying to fix things that are wrong. And unfortunately, he just keeps bumbling and makes it even better instead. Done.
5, 4.
That's all I need.
Kill.
Time to chill.
And you're good.
I like both of our movie plots. I would watch both of these films.
Take my money. Let's get this on a Kickstarter, like right now. Everyone that's watching, let's make this happen, guys. Let's make this movies and put them on Shudder or something. Let's make it happen, guys. Please. Coming to you. All right, well, you heard it here. It started live here. All right. Awesome. Okay, now that's the first segment. For the second segment, you have 4 minutes. And that includes both of you talking at each other, attacking each other's pros, cons. Okay?
Mm-hmm.
And you got to be able to come up with if Paul, you say like 3 awesome things about R&B. Dylan, you get to come up things to contradict them and tell them why they're bad ideas, and vice versa. Okay? Mm-hmm. So I just want to make sure we're getting a psychotic killer and Bibbs locked in a dungeon. There's Sherlock Holmes characters, a lot of characters from Schmoedown involved in the Drew train. Okay, I'm glad to hear it. R&B, we have a time traveling character that's drunk a lot. He's like transferring to different dimensions, and he's doing a lot of detective work. I'm excited. Let's hear it. Okay, and ready, and 4 minutes. Go.
Go ahead there, Dylan.
All right. I'll lead in and say that, firstly, I want to say that while I enjoy both of
You're wrong. Robert Meyer Burnett in that coat just sounds everything. Robert Meyer Burnett in that coat is a show in and of it by itself. You don't even need a script. Just him drinking. That's all you need. That's the first one. Go ahead.
So here's the thing. If I want to watch Robert Meyer Burnett drinking, I already can watch that in any Schmoedown episode that we have. If I want to watch Hannibal Lecter, full-on Bibbs, go full into character where it's not only heel work, but it's heel work that he actually cares about. That's a character we've never seen before, fleshed out into the maximum effort and energy.
So we've seen him try to be heel, and he can't really do it very well. He doesn't like heel. He got good heel.
But do you dislike him because he's not a great heel compared to the Action Army, or is he more of a heel that is just more charismatic in his own way?
He's a lovable, bumbling kind of lovable kind of guy. He and the kid, the nice guys. When he tries to be a heel, he doesn't make it work. So I can't believe him as this real beastly killer.
See, but here's the thing we got to keep in mind, though. Throughout the Schmoedown, it's already shown Bibbs has been a serial killer throughout the thing. He killed Riley right off the bat, no remorse, and with that. And he's a happy-go-lucky killer, which makes him that dangerous one. You don't know if he's truly villainous or if he just really enjoys what he's doing.
I saw Riley come back. He was obviously back to life very soon after. So obviously it was a little trickery, a little photography. It's all trickery to the light. Robert Meyer Burnett drinking is a fact. He doesn't even have to push it at all. Him and his stablemates know a lot about everything as far as time and space dimension goes. So he doesn't even need to research anything.
Paul, you're already missing the point, though. So the fact that Riley's come back is all to the scheme that says that this movie is already happening right now, that this was a ploy to catch the other killers along the way. Riley was the bait. So for other people to come out and start making the crimes happen, Bibbs is there the whole time. This isn't a movie that's written. This is a movie that's happening as we speak behind the scenes of the show. I'm just uncovering it, and Meyer's being the helping witness to kind of get it all together.
Robert Meyer Burnett has the nuke. He came up with the nuke himself. What do you think that's about? That's about righting the wrongs of the Schmoedown. Now, is it going to backfire like he usually does? It might, but his show has been taking place long before Bibbs was. He's been around for longer than Bibbs was. His plan's been in motion for longer than Bibbs has been.
But we're asking for two different things. We're asking for two giant big plots, one with more fleshed out content and a mystery murder versus one where it's just a happy-go-lucky comedy that just also happens to be sci-fi fantasy in itself. So at the end of the day, it's a genre piece, and what we're looking for is wit. But I think that if we're looking for depth, if we're looking for true story-driven character, we're looking at my film. If you're looking for a fun Guardians of the Galaxy with a twist, go watch Paul's movie.
Look at Doctor Who. Doctor Who can be a serialized show, have a long-lasting arc, or it can have a serialized moment of the week. We don't have to get bogged down in these overarching pieces that get lost when the house of cards that starts crumbling because we try to put too many pieces in. We can bounce in and out of little things. There can be a small overarching piece that still maintains the narrative, but at the heart, it can be little bits and pieces of a show.
I disagree. I think that my movie can do it concise, one movie called a day, and then sit there and deliver all the good
1 minute left, and I'm going to go ahead and give you guys a little extra challenge.
Sure.
Incorporate one other character from the individual's faction and make it a co-lead. Go.
Wait, take that again. Person from
character from that individual's faction and make them a co-lead. Go.
I've already done that. Brendan Meyer is already there as the co-lead, being the Watson to Sherlock Holmes's Bibiani. So thankfully, I'm already 3 steps ahead, just like Bibb is in this documentary. Check it out.
Well, since we already eliminated Andrew Guy, I'll go with Drew McQueenie as the enforcer, as the guy. He's like the one that he stands behind Robert Meyer Burnett, no matter what drunkenness he's getting into. That's why he gets away with everything, because you got the mountain of the man standing behind him saying, "Make it happen, make him happy."
I want to fact check to say that Drew McQueenie is not the enforcer; he's the Godfather, and that's a disaccurate fact. And we all know that the
and done. And we are good. Guys, that was fun. What'd you think?
I loved it.
Yeah,
I love both of them. I love both of them.
I didn't want to pick too hard on Paul's because I'm like, that's a good movie. That's
the same thing. I want to see that movie.
Right. I want to see both of these movies.
Awesome. Okay. Now I am gonna go over some of the pros and cons with you. Now you both had really awesome, fun plots, really great visuals. I could picture it so easily. You know, I could see myself seeing that trailer tomorrow with these characters. Now, something I did notice, like one of the pros that you kind of administered is that Bibbs is kind of going a little more evil, a little back more to his heelish. And Paul, he definitely did come right back talking about how he tried the whole heel thing and it didn't end successfully. And it kind of went back and forth for a little bit, but it still ended on Paul being like staying consistent with it, where no matter what, he's tried being heel, it didn't be successful at the heel. And even though Bibbs had tried, getting rid of Riley and everything, it didn't pull through. So he's really kind of stuck around with the good guy. So, I mean, would he be a really good heel? Would he be a really good bad character? That's kind of up in the air. Now, however, with R&B, there is no script. You would have to rely on his improvisation. So that is something that would also be up in the air, considering he's tanked the entire time, in theory, optimally. So also there'd be very little research involved, but he does come up with some really good ideas, such as the nuke. He's righting the wrongs of the Schmoedown in particular. Now, the characters that you did bring up is, Paul, you brought up the Enforcer, Drew McQueenie, obviously, really great choice. I was like, I didn't really hear too many examples, other than, he's a really cool, knowledgeable guy. He would be a benefit to the movie specifically. And thank you. That's why you're there in the corner in the little chat. The Enforcer is Mark Donica.
That is true. I meant, just to clarify, I meant more that his role in the movie was the Enforcer.
But the title was trying to slip it in. That thing is lost on the fact checker, James Spence.
I don't know. I'm going to challenge that.
Our fact checker, our official fact checker, Spence. Absolutely. So definitely get a point docked out for that, unfortunately. But also, Dylan, I wasn't 100% clear on who your co-lead was supposed to be, because you mentioned several different characters, obviously from the Schmoedown universe, but I wasn't sure which one in particular you wanted to be your official co-lead to really kind of team together with Bibbs. So that's something I was a little curious about, because you mentioned there's a lot of characters coming in, but I didn't hear one specific answer. So then that too also is a point against you. So James, if you feel up to it, I would love to hear your input, because I believe I actually have my answer.
James says, "Sure."
Oh boy. I say, do you think he's comfortable coming in for a minute?
Man,
He's comfortable coming in just for a hot minute. James, you were there doing some fact checking without bias aside, based off what you heard in those 4 or 5 minutes. What was your answer?
Oh, first of all, I'm sorry if there's an echo because I'm sort of on speakerphone right now. But also, something I picked up on it from Dylan, his is tonally inconsistent. You're creating this grim sort of crime thriller with two of the happiest people in the Schmoedown. Yeah, Brendan Meyer looked coked up in the last match, but that doesn't mean he would fit well in a gritty detective series. And you also shit on the comedy genre, saying that your heavy dramatic film is somehow worth more than Denuzzo's Guardians of the Galaxy with a twist. I'm leaning towards Paul on this, even though I think, again, you are disrespecting the name of Mark Donica. How dare you, friend of the show?
I love Mark Donica.
And also,
I miss Donica, I really do.
Me too.
McWeenie hasn't really been an enforcer, except for those 2 matches last season where he was intimidating Thad.
Yeah.
However, since we could see that it's in him, I'm going to give you the slight edge, even though I'm still not happy about it.
Fair enough.
Awesome. Thank you so much, James, for being our official fact checker for Schmoebates. And I'm not going to lie, I happen to agree with Spence. Denuzzo has my vote. He has my vote. He gave, he was definitely with really, I feel like he was a little bit better in terms of visuals, incorporating the challenge of, of his co-lead as well. But he's right on the money as far as tonally inconsistent as well. I wasn't gonna count against, bad mouthing the idea of a different version of an alternate version of Guardians of the Galaxy or whatever it might be. That's kind of up in the air. That's just all about personal preference. But points specifically, Paul's got my vote as a result.
I agree.
Fair.
Now, good job, Paul. So you both are technically now 1-0. So maybe we'll have a rematch here pretty soon.
You could do that.
Yeah. Absolutely.
I'm up for that. I'm up for a rematch anytime. I'll fight you anytime, anywhere, any place.
You know what? You come up against a true vet. All right, I'll give you this. You avenge Belford.
Because Belford wants to get a poll of supporters to help him win the last match. And he didn't even win. He won 5 hours after the fact, after he called his family to get pity votes for him.
Wow.
Yeah, I'll concede. You came in and you brought a lot more heat than Belford on it then.
All right, well, I'll take that. I'll take that.
No,
victory.
no, specifically, again, I just want to remind everyone that to anyone viewing this is not live, which makes me sad because typically, sadly, our other match with Dylan, it was actually decided by our voters.
That's true.
So we really let a lot of our voters kind of really. We have a lot of our confidence in them. Now, this one isn't. It's just decided between James and I. And so who knows? Next time we have in, maybe next rematch, who knows? Maybe it's going to be in Dylan's turn. We'll see. Now,
James was saying we could put this on Twitter once the match drops. We could have an after Twitter event so the audience can have their say. I'm okay with that.
I would love to hear it. Yeah, we'll definitely do that. And also specifically, I want to hear some weird questions from our fans. Specifically, like I said earlier, we were kind of chatting, kind of going over the specifics of this, because you guys did not know what question I was going to ask.
Sure.
Yeah. So specifically, it was very random. It was very improvised, I promise. But specifically, based off our conversation earlier of weird random questions, you guys, what questions would you guys like to see debated on a next Schmoebates episode?
I think I would have a question where it's who would you watch for 5 minutes eat 6 bananas?
That's a tricky one. That's a loaded question, I feel. I'm going to After Dark territory. I don't know.
It's not late enough for that kind of question. It is not Call to Action After Dark, okay?
If you want to check out our Call to Action After Dark material, we are never airing it until after we win the Schmoedown Award, and we want to cancel this show. We will start just putting out Patreon episodes of Call to Action After Dark.
And what about you, Paul? What's a question you would like to see?
Oh God, off the top of my head here. Okay, what? Maybe come back to me. Still, you answer yourself. You throw out another one, and I'll come back.
I would say one of my questions would be who, if you were 5 or 6 years old version of yourself, what competitor or manager or whatever be Schmoedown personality would you love to babysit you on a Friday night for 6 hours?
I like that one too.
I think that one's fun.
That one could be that'd be very fun too. It also depends on the age we are. The age is a very important question.
Right.
Again, you're 5 or 6. You're all about the fun.
5 or 6. You got it fun.
Fun factor.
James Spence in the comments.
Energy better be up.
In the mystery said,
who's it? If I'm gonna say yes, Spence is asking Dylan to say, you want to read it real quick?
Sure.
James says, who would you adopt in this fleshed out version of this? Which Schmoedown competitor or manager would you adopt as a child? Literally. Okay, they're your children. It doesn't matter if they're adults or not. You have to adopt them. They go to all your holidays. They go to all your this. I'm fleshing it out more for you, James. This is your biological child, not biological, but adopt a child from that point forward. Who do you adopt out of that crew list?
I would have to say a little Emma 5.
Oh, I love Emma.
Her and I could bond over Sailor Moon, okay?
I would bond anime and video games.
And Sailor Moon and Cardcaptor Sakura. I'd be all over that shit. And I would be in prime time age where I'd be obsessed with anime. So
okay, I'm gonna say in any kind of contest, you can come up with a contest yourself. Which Schmoedown person would you like to team with? So it's a 2-part question. You can pick a contest, whether it be trivia, whether it be pie eating, whether it be drinking contest, whether it be anything you want to be. Name the contest, and who would be your partner?
I would say a banana eating contest with John Roca as my partner. Nobody inhales those as good as he does.
Can I get name in? What?
Oh, got our Spence question here. Which question would be the worst one to have Andrew Guy as the answer?
I don't understand the question. I don't understand that. What does that mean?
Who's that man in my bed with my wife?
Oh,
oh, that's a good question.
Who is that? Who is that competitor that won against Dan Murrell and Mark Riley, and we never ever saw again?
That's what I was gonna say. Who's the one we never see again on the Schmoedown? That'd be awesome.
I don't want to cry.
If my wife loves Dan, guys, she can keep him. James Spence from the Ghost Comics.
James doesn't have a wife.
If that's the case, you can say, "Hey, she has good taste."
Yeah.
And plus, she has Snickers. That means I can hang out with Snickers. So, all right.
Snickers taste the rainbow, guys. I think that's our show for this evening. I would like to thank our now gone host, James Spence. He passed away. He's alive. He's just dead, medically speaking. I also want to thank Alex MacDaddy herself for sitting here and giving a wonderful segue into the debate topics. Alex, what can we catch you at?
You can catch us on Twitter as well as Facebook. Please check out our Facebook page. The Call to Action fan page. We have that. Just came up like maybe a month or and a half ago or so. And we have our Twitter page. James is running it right now. I'm taking a little bit of a break. However, I usually run it. And so it's at Call to Action Pod. So please check us out there. But we usually do regular posts like all of us individually post throughout a bazillion and one different Facebook groups and stuff.
Gotcha. James, where can I catch you at?
I just wanted to let you all know that Alex doesn't want to use the Twitter so she can study because she thinks she can beat me in movie trivia, when we all know I am far superior. So
okay, James, just say
James,
you and I are teammates.
Yeah.
And a little upcoming match against this weird other podcast that I've never heard of, and I don't even know why we're going up against them. So, or David. So we're teammates. I don't know why the fuck he's kind of having this attitude. But whatever.
James says I can make so many puns. Okay, thank you, James, for your contributions. Paul Denuzio with the invisible eye. Where can they catch you at? Tell us all about all your plugs, buddy.
Paul_Denuzio on Twitter. It's Denuzio, but you spell it Denuzio, so just roll with it. And of course, Team Action Patreon, patreon.com/Team Action. We are tweaking the tiers, but everybody come enjoy everything we got to go on. Ben, Drew, a lot of new stuff coming soon. Keep me employed by them. I love it. Thank you. And that's it.
And I, of course, am your host, Dylan Camacho. And you can catch me at Twitter at CAMACH Octopus. I occasionally tweet. Whatever. I mean, I put out some hot stuff. You can also catch me at the Call to Action Podcast doing wonderful, great charity work. You can catch an amazing crossover episode, the most ambitious crossover in 2019, on our channel. That's a good cause for helping out Paul Preston's wife, Karen, who is delightful, popped in the chat. Absolute gem. We're all the good energy in the world for you, Karen. You can also catch me doing random segments that I think are fun. Hotcakes is a thing that happens every now and again. The Call to Action Podcast will return soon. Stay tuned. And you can also catch me on Facebook groups on all of them, except the Horseman one. Is there a Horseman one? Surely there isn't. Anyway, guys, there's a cat butt in Paul's background, and I think that's as good a note as any to wrap up.
I will say one more thing. I just want to say one more thing. Chill to Action next week. We're going to have on Brandon the Hitman Hannah.
Ooh, Brandon Hitman. Do we know who the third guest is for that, or the third host for that?
It's going to be Kelsey. It's going to be our third host at this point.
So make sure to tune in for that. We, as third host, we all got shuffled in from a draw from somewhere in Danielle's house somewhere. She's got a hat that pulls out names.
She's a wizard.
Yep. And just like Goblet of Fire, we get to be on that show. But check out our other segments, the Chill to Action podcast. We always have our reactions just like this one tonight. We have our full recap episodes coming up later on this week, and we have all the good content always coming. You guys know us, you know us, and you love us. Make sure to vote for the best podcast after show coming up here pretty soon. We'll see everybody at Spectacular and at the awards. Hashtag Schmoebates Nashville, everybody. Have a good night.
Hashtag catch us up over at Spectacular. Oh, man.